How's it going, guys and gals? My name is Hardy Baker, and welcome back to another Star Trek Online story episode. Haven't done one of these in a while, but that's because I've had shit on and I haven't had the energy or motivation to do it. But before we get into this, this episode, a little bit of a little bit of news about the channel. So for those of you, if any of you follow my TikTok, which is unlikely, but if any of you do, you may have seen I posted an intro for a fan audio that audio a while ago. That's one of two projects that will be coming to the channel at some point. That intro you saw was the actually, I'm not gonna say anything. All I'm gonna say is that there are there are projects in development, things I haven't done before, and that I'm just getting into. I'm waiting for a few things to be finished off, and then I can hopefully get the first of these two projects done, so I can show you guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's something that I'm looking forward to showing you guys, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. That's all on that front. I'll give you more information on what's going on at a later date with that stuff. So anyway, on back to the game. So last episode was that okay? Yeah. Oh no, yes, last episode was the vault. The vault. And like the title said, the one mission out of the umpteenth number of video episodes I'm not gonna enjoy recording. Such fun. Anyway, on to Coleman. Let's go. Oh.
Starfleet intelligence has decoded the list of Riemann targets that you recovered from the vault. I need you to investigate one of these locations and determine why Obasek and his forces planned an attack there. The Vahar system is still technically part of the Romulan Star Empire, but Ferengi speculators have moved in, and the Empress has done nothing to remove them. The Ferengi have reopened the mines and are now doing business with anyone with Latinum. You will go to the Vahar system under the pretense of negotiating a possible trade agreement with the Federation. Talk to Madron, the operator of the mines. Convince him to allow you access. Find out all you can. Once we know why Obasek and the Riemans are targeting these mines, then we will be able to decide how to proceed.
Except
I have new missions for you.
Why would Obasek and the Riemans want to attack the Romulans?
I do not know. Obasek and his people have traveled a most difficult path. After so many years of oppression and Romulan treachery, it does not surprise me that they are suspicious of anyone. The Riemans gained much in the years after the destruction of the Romulan homeworld, but Sela is more secure in her power now, and she may believe that she no longer needs the Riemans as allies. If the Romulans seek to enslave the Riemans again, there will be bloodshed.
I have new missions for you.
Cool. To the Hifar system. Hifar even. Ooh. Where are we? Hifar 1. The unusual gravitational harmonics of the planetoids of the Hifar system. Yeah, of the Hifar system are believed to be due to the elongated elliptical orbit of Hifar 2. However, Federation researchers into the system have recently detected something that could be a dark matter nebula. The presence of an anomaly of that type could be affecting the harmonics of all the planetoids. The Federation Science Council is constructing a Metreon fountain on Hifar 1 in an effort to learn more about the nebula. Begin my enemy. Ooh. Right. Captain, the Ravens were targeting a magnesite mine in this area, but the list we recovered didn't have its exact coordinates. I know we're in the right area, but all of the moons in this system are inhabited, and our senses are being affected by the magnesite. We'll need to contact each moon and try to determine which one of the Remans are actually targeting. Gotcha. Let's go. Fun impulse. Hail moon Tirulayu.
You've stuck your nose in our business for the last time, Starfleet. Oh shit! Attack! Attack!
Eat torpedoes, bitch. Kaboom! Right. Onward. It ain't that moon. Let's try that moon. Leola. No, Leoa. Hail Moon Leoa.
This moon is private property. No solicitors, beggars, or Starfleet allowed.
They're not very hospitable around here, are they? This is a dangerous area, and it's only gotten worse since the destruction of Romulus. It might be difficult to get someone to trust us. Well, difficult or not, it's gonna happen at some way. Is it Moon Koal?
Hello, my good friend. I'm so happy to meet you. Perhaps you are in the market for some high-quality magnesite? We have the finest ore in the quadrant. On behalf of the miners and residents here, I'm more than happy to welcome you to our home. Please transport to the surface. Unfortunately, the large amounts of extremely pure magnesite ore in the core of our little world will interfere with your sensors. For safety reasons, I must insist that you use the transporter signal enhancers that I have installed at my own expense. Also, I know you Starfleet types are so fond of your away teams, but could you please restrict the number of crew you bring down to the surface? My people here aren't used to strangers, and you wouldn't want to disrupt their work, would you?
Let's go. Let's bring to the surface. I'm gonna take Kola as my tactical officer. Cause he's good. Cause he's a tactical officer, and he's good at shooting shit. Right, let's go. Quarry in the quarry. Query in the quarry. No, query in the quarry. Let's run to Madron, shall we? Oh, ow, my eye. Oh. That's like watering. Damn it, ow. Hello, Madron. You sneaky bugger.
On behalf of everyone on this forsaken rock, let me be the first to welcome you to Hathar. As you can see, we don't have time for pleasantries, and I'm not sharing my Tranya stash with you. So, why don't we skip the chit-chat and get down to business?
Of course. I've heard you're an excellent source of magnesite. What makes your mine better than the others in the sector?
Unfortunately, I cannot call this mine my own. I'm just a middleman. Out of the goodness of my heart, I help the residents here pass on the products of their hard work to commercial entities such as yourself. The minuscule transaction fee and trade tariff I keep to offset my expenses is figured into the unit cost of the ore. My operation has become one of the best in the area because of the high demand for my services from both sides. I provide the best mining equipment and supplies in the sector to the miners, while my customers get competitive pricing on the ore they need.
Do you have any more information about the mines themselves?
I don't pay much attention to that. Miners have empty carts and they return with ones filled with ore. If you're that interested, you could visit the mines themselves, but I don't recommend it. It's such a dirty, disagreeable business. And I'm convinced that breathing ore dust for too long is terrible for you. The miners who live near my quarters used to keep me up night after night with their dreadful coughing. I had to install soundproofing just to get some sleep. Are you sure you wouldn't rather look at the ore I have for sale?
Thanks, but I'd like to talk to the miners first.
Really? Suit yourself. Just remember, I have an exclusive contract to export magnesite ore from this moon. If you try to cut me out of your deals, you'll regret it.
I just have a few questions before we conduct any business. I'll be back when I'm done. Madron won't answer any questions about why the Remans might be targeting this place for fear of no. Madron won't answer any questions about why the Remans might be targeting this place for fear of scaring us away from a possible sale. Perhaps if we ask some of the locals about what's going on here, they may be able to provide more information. Let's go question the miners. Right, so I'm a tactical officer, so I've got to go question the guy who's been bullied.
I can't talk to you. I can't talk to anyone. I'm on the run. And if those thugs see me talking to you, then you'll be in danger too.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I need someone who's not afraid of a fight.
Me.
There's
Well,
a group here that's
him.
beating and stealing from us. Madrin doesn't do anything to stop it. For all I know, he's getting a cut of everything they take. They're making life miserable for all of us. Would you be willing to help?
Count me in.
There's a group of bullies that have been stealing from us. If we don't give them what they want, they beat us. I had a friend. All he was trying to do here was feed his family. Be a good man. He had an old bottle of ale. He said it was from the homeworld. One of those thugs wanted it. Now, my friend is dead. I'm too weak to stop them, I know that. And now I have my friend's children to feed in addition to my own. But if someone were to teach them a lesson, this camp would be a better place for all of us.
I'm on it. Sup, fuckers? Weave, 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 weave. Go talk to the bullied refugee. Take out that Romulan civilian.
Thank you. Those guys have been giving everyone a lot of trouble. These thugs are part of a larger group that operates deep inside the magnesite mine.
Oh,
They
really?
control the lower levels, and no one who goes down there uninvited ever comes back. I don't know what's so important down there that's worth hurting us to protect it. Maybe if you went down there,
There's
you
something
could
down
get some
there.
answers.
There's something. Oh, we'll get answers, don't you worry. I'll get many, 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 many answers. Right, Madrin? I want another chat with you. Oh.
You want to go in the mine? Are you really interested in buying any magnesite? Or are you just here to cause trouble? Because if it's the latter, I know someplace you can start a little ruckus. There's a gang that controls the bottom levels of the mine. They won't even let me in there. Previously, I allowed them to keep their little kingdom in exchange for information. But lately, they've been more trouble than they're worth. And the intel they're feeding me is useless. Honestly, who doesn't know about the green invasion of the fairy space?
I'll take that information to heart.
What do you want?
I'd like to enter this area.
This area is restricted. Only people my friends and I like may enter. And I don't like you!
I wonder if you like. I wonder if you like. I wonder if you like my weapon. No, no. Hello there. Examine campsite. Captain, there are a series of pressure plates located in this area. They're low tech, but the Romulans may have had to resort to outdated security measures to it because of the interference from the magnesite veins in this cavern. Oof. The problem is that the magnesite is making our tricorders almost useless. If there's anything on this moon that the Remans would want to eliminate badly enough to use the Tharon weapons, it has to be here. We're gonna have to figure out how to use the pressure plates to reveal whatever the Romulans are trying to hide. I suspect what we need to do, I suspect that we need to activate two of them to open the door. Wow, look at that. No. Damn it. There we go. Let's go.
I give orders here, Commander. You are out of line.
With all due respect, sir, there is a difference between protecting the Empire from her enemies and provoking
There
them.
is much here you do not understand, Jack. The Remans need to know their place. As do you. I will not forget your insubordination, Commander. The tall Shiar has no place for officers who cannot follow orders. I'll be in the command center.
Colonel, they were civilians. Their blood is on our hands.
Get used to it. There will be more. Speaking of which, why don't you clean out the brig before you become a resident there?
Damn. Okay, be nasty. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I'm an honest. Please do it fast, shall we then? Read logs on Borg activity. Observed from captured holo recordings in the Delta Quadrant. Resistance is futile. Right, cool. Great surveillance on a true activity. Observed from holofield on Cardassia Prime. What the fuck? The Tapa Council positions Federation to fund Lacarian city infrastructure projects. 47 injured in bombing at University of Kulat. Trueway claims responsibility for attack. The Tapa Council passes billing allowing Cardassian government to seize assets of persons convicted of terrorist activity. Councillor Marim Okanda resigns. Starfleet sending advisors to Cardassia Prime to advise government on security issues. Councillor Evala introduces resolution calling for Cardassia to apply for a Federation membership. Bill stands in committee. Ministry of Trade extends agreements with Ferengi to market Cardassian-made transport vessels and phaser banks. Listening post something, I don't know, I can't read that. Observed from holofeed and listening post Hephaestus? Janek is fighting with Hakiv again. Hakiv takes shuttle and leaves base for 2 days. Long-range sensors mark his progress in neutral zone. 6 miners held for questioning. Chief medical officer reports 2 cases of Levodian flu. 6 encrypted messages sent from Colonel Hakiv's console to unknown recipient. Recommended that transmissions be investigated further. Right, other side. Starfleet activity. Oh, here we go. Observe from captured holofeed on space dock. Captain Sulio has applied for transfer to the front lines of Klingon conflict. Admiral Quinn, under medical care for heart condition. Intercepted Starfleet medical records indicate that the condition is fully treatable and not suitable target for exploitation. Seventh Fleet entered neutral zone as part of a routine series of exercises. Franklin Drake heading extended operation in Eta Eridani. Starfleet Command considering new tactics in conflicts with Trueway. Starfleet Intelligence concerned with rise in warp profiteering by independent friendly Dopterians. I think that's what that says. Oh hello, I missed you. Klingon Empire activity. Observed from a holofield on Kronos. Chancellor Jimpok facing increasing challenges from members of the High Council, Lord the House Martok. Alliance between the House of Jimpok and the House of Duras is weak. Situation is highly exploitable. Recommend we seek agents on Kronos. Many members of discommendated House of Torque have been absorbed into House of Duras. KDF leadership angered by a High Council's mandate to work more closely with Klingon intelligence. Feklar forces in region missing under new leadership. Melanie de Ian is seen entering the home of Drex, son of Martok. Gorn pushed for representative on High Council, rejected. And last but not least, the two Dewa activity, or Teu Dewa. Ew. Observed from live intelligence in Republic space. Archaeological activity indicates that a recent excavation has revealed an unexpected high-value find. Attempts to capture colonists of putative Mulrihan meeting with resistance from mixed forces. Federation Starbase 234 engaging in defensive training exercise. Long-range social destabilization of Akamarian culture underway. Thermal activity correlated with temporal anomalies near Azure Nebula. Cloaked assets monitoring construction of listening posts in Duet system. And the Romulan Empire activity. Observed from holofeed on Rator 3. Increased power use in Royal Palace indicates that the power level may be in use. Senator Shemek is accepting bribes in exchange for slowing progress on trade agreements. Herodian representatives meet with Sealer. Riemann representative moved from Senate chamber. Opposition leader Titan assassinated. 3 reunification proponents arrested. Agents for Sealer meet with True Way leaders near Badlands.
I almost feel sorry for you, but I have my own neck to worry about. I'll be joining you in there soon enough. If Hakiv has his way, we all will.
Let's release these guys, shall we? Nope. Save me, don't worry, I will. Open Northwest prison cells. Oh, it's hard. Fucking hell. I surrender.
Enough! I surrender. I value my life more than the Tal Shiar's secrets. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, you must tell me why you are here and what you want.
Why does the Riemann Resistance want to destroy this base?
The Riemans know about this base? Impossible! Only the leadership of the Tal Shiar know we're here. The Empress herself couldn't find us. I don't believe you, but it makes no difference. This is not a military installation. We listen and record here. Nothing more. There are many targets that those Riemann scum would find much more tempting.
Enough of these lies.
Are you sure you want to end things like this?
Yes. Okay, run. Go, Les, before you die, come here. Good boy. Right. Onwards. Unlock door.
How did you find this place? What else do you know? No matter. You won't be revealing anything to your superiors. It's disappointing I cannot give you a proper interrogation. But I have much to do and little time. The self-destruct sequence has begun. This base will be your tomb.
Yeah, no, it won't. Because we're gonna get gonna get out of here. Download Touch Our Records. Let's go. Almost out. Let's go. Almost there. We made it. Confront Madron. Oh my god.
My mind! What have you done to my mind?
There was an infestation of Tal Shiar spies in there. I just fumigated.
Tal Shiar? I'm shocked. I had no idea. I certainly wouldn't have sent you down there if you... Say, you didn't happen to find anything valuable down there, did you? Because if you did, remember, I have an exclusive contract.
Stop with the lies, Madron. I know you knew who and what was down there.
And what's it to you? This is a rough area of the Quadrant, you know, and they're good neighbors. If you're not easily embarrassed, their cameras and listening devices are everywhere. I haven't had a single problem with Orions or Herodians since they moved in. And it doesn't hurt that I acquired the odd bit of information here and there. I'm a businessman, and information is big business.
Do you know anything about what they recently discovered?
Unfortunately, no. I'll admit, I was trying to find out, but their systems were locked down tight. I'm sure whatever it was had to be big news. Everyone was on edge. Janet and Hakeem were barely speaking, and I once heard Hakeem mumbling something about orders. Someone's been pulling his strings, but I don't know who. I do know that Tal Shiar takes security very seriously. If you manage to pull any files from their system, you can expect them to be heavily encoded. Trust me on that. I speak from experience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go talk 100 Romulans into digging a new mine to replace the one you destroyed. My profit margin for this month is ruined.
So, two options. You've been a real help, Madron, or the one I'm gonna go with. Treat those miners well, Madron, or I'll be back. No, I went the wrong one. Bloody hell. Madron doesn't seem to know much, Captain, or at least he's not willing to part with what information he knows without being paid. I think he can help us. I don't think he can help us anymore. We should return to the ship and try our luck at decrypting the files that we recovered from the Tal Shiar. I'm sure that they will be more useful than anything Madron has to say. Let's go. Let's go to my bridge then, and decipher them files. Decrypt Shiar files. Hifar. Okay, so. Favor. Let's see, so analyze file structure. Nothing there. Cross-reference roughly records. House of Targ was brought before the High Council for a commendation by the House of Martok. Change forwarding information. Commendation. Acts of treason by the House of Martok. No file. Plethora. Analyze file structure. Nothing there. Cross-reference roughly records. Vulcan Ambassador Soketh retires to a monastery on Pajem. In fact, he was exposed at the monastery on Pajem. Secondary file. Precedence. Analyze file structure. Change forwarding information. That one. Yes. Secondary file. Referendum. Cross-reference. Ambassador Jirok visits Andoria and visits Vulcan. New file. That one. Apply passkey. File. Whatever the fuck that says. Secret Reman base detected in Dara system. Listening post, whatever the fuck that is, has detected an increase in subspace communication and ships traveling to and from the Dara system. Analysis of the communications and ship traffic reveals patterns of don't know what that is. Normally employed by Romulan forces. Tal Shiar forces then intercepted a ship leaving the Dara system and captured 47 Reman civilians. Passengers and crew was summarily executed under orders of Colonel Hakiv. But the captain and first officer were preserved for questioning. Under interrogation, the captain of the Reman vessel provided a security key that could be used to decipher encrypted communications sent to the Dara system. The decrypted messages prove that there is a base in this area of space being used by the Reman resistance. Recommendation: Tal Shiar ships should be sent to Dara system immediately to capture this base and its inhabitants. The Tal Shiar is planning an attack on a Reman base. We need to get this information to the Admiral Tanay and Starfleet 39 Sierra immediately. Admiral! Contact him now.
The Tal Shiar records you recovered show that Hakiv and his forces have been targeting the Remans for months. Obasek and his followers have been driven from their homes, had their ships destroyed, and their loved ones killed or imprisoned. Some might say that Obasek's campaign against the Tal Shiar is just. However, Obasek was planning on using Thalaron weapons in the Fahar system, which would have killed hundreds of innocent civilians, as well as the Tal Shiar cell there. This is the problem with revenge. Violence and fury only create more pain and suffering.
Collect reward. I'll go with please. Collect reward.
I have.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Right. Frozen. Let's see.
We know from the information you recovered from the Vahar system that the Tal Shiar are planning to attack a Reman settlement in the Dara system. We have an opportunity to reach the settlement first. This may be a completely internal matter, and if so, the Prime Directive will come into play. We will not be able to interfere, but if there is an outside influence directing these matters, we must know what it is. Our encounters with the Undine and the Changelings have proven that there are entities attempting to move the powers of the Quadrant like pieces in a Cal-Toe game. It is essential to protecting the Federation to see these attempts for what they are and counter them. I want you to go to the Dara system and learn more about the Reman uprising. The Remans will have hidden their base, so you may have to use subterfuge to find it. One more thing. I realize this is a dangerous situation and that you may be drawn into conflict, but do not antagonize the Remans or the Romulans if you can avoid doing so. We are already at war with the Klingon Empire. I would prefer to avoid another extended conflict.
Understood, and will do. That will be next episode's mission. And on that note, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, Sergeant Beckett. There's also the link tree in the description if you wish to view it. Thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you all you beautiful people in the next video. Adios.